right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this morning. My name is Nick, in case you did not know from all the branding that I have out there. And this is going to be starting a little bit of a morning show that we're going to start doing. We're not going to do it as long, and we're going to keep it a little more per snippety. And so here we go, right? Are you ready? Because we're going to talk a little bit about AI this morning. And the reason we're going to talk about AI this morning is because I'm in marketing and everyone's like, oh, marketing, AI, yes, which one are you using? And I'm going to break down a couple of different AIs for what I like each one for, because there's some that are just better than others. Okay, so let's talk about ChatGPT. Great frontline text only, maybe a little bit of graphic scenario, right? If you've already been using ChatGPT for a while, maybe you really got locked into the interface. Think of like Windows operating 95. That's where you're at right now, right? And then you have Gemini. It's great because it's Google's AI. It pulls directly from YouTube. It has okay functionality, but please hear me with this, Google, for the love of everything, stop making it more like to do the same click that took one click. Now it's 3 clicks to get to have Gemini do the exact same thing. It's almost like it's reversing. It's going backwards in usability. Okay, so Gemini, even though that you used to be my number one, you're quickly falling off of that. And I don't want to lose Gemini, right? Because Gemini has access to Google Analytics and Tag Manager and all the extra tools, right? But sometimes it just is not there. Last, I'm going to talk about the big dog, the absolute Ferraris right now of AI, and that is going to be Claude. If you have not used Claude, here we go. Hear me on this. Like, I was a Gemini all the way. Gemini's the greatest till I used Claude. And what took Gemini easily 5 to 8 prompts to get done, to just get Gemini moving in the right direction, to get Gemini not just inserting random people into post, to get Gemini to do just, hey, I need you to do this task. I don't need you to do all of this other stuff. Just do this task. And Gemini was really notorious for going and pulling in different things that had nothing to do with the task that I asked it to do. And then there's Claude. Want this. Here's the branding guide. Here's the data. Here's the data. Here we go. Give me. And it was glorious. It was absolutely glorious. Now, hear me on this, right? I pay for the paid version of Gemini. One of the top 2 tiers of Gemini. And the Claude free version knocked it out of the park. Gently and kindly and growly just body slam Gemini. I'm sitting here right now and I have tabs open. I have ChatGPT open, I have Gemini open, and I have Claude open right now. And I'm looking at all 3 of these. And if you said, Nick, you only get one to use from this point moving forward, I'm leaning towards Claude right now. I am. So, hey, let me know in the comments, what is your favorite AI to use right now? Don't get me wrong, there's other specialty AIs out there, specifically for marketing or HR or those other things, right? I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the more, hey, this is your executive assistant AI right now. I don't need a VA anymore. I need a VAI, right? I need an AI assistant to handle things, because I'm telling you right now, like, just based off of the little bit of time I've used Claude is just absolutely destroying the way I personally feel about Gemini and ChatGPT. All right, well, today's June 16, 2026, and today we are going to be talking about some different AI updates outside of what I was just talking about. First one, we're going to focus on the know, right? Visibility. Are you getting known in your space? Does AI even know to recommend you? So Perplexity AI just rolled out a highly anticipated local Explorer integration. Hear me on this. That directly challenges Google Maps by pulling real-time inventory and conversational reviews into its answers. Early data shows that 40% shift of zero-click local inquiries among Gen Z and millennials have been used over the last quarter. Why is that important? This means that generative AI Generative Engine Optimization, GEO, not just SEO, not just AEO. Now GEO is no longer just about broad information queries. The hyperlocal, transaction focused is the direction for local businesses. And if you're not optimized for conversational and for conversational search bots, you will become increasingly invisible in your market sentiment. So what does this mean? This means that traditional SEO gets you on the list. GEO is going to help you create a conversation, and AEO is how you're going to get AI to start recommending you over your competitor. Now, before you even get to that point, because I'm hearing a lot of people go, oh, here we go, AEO, GEO, let's talk about this. Like, you need your business to have this. You need to take like 15 steps back. Like, this is step 6. This is not, you're going to start your business, start your brand and go immediately to this. There are a very specific set of steps that you need to go through before you start spending money and investing into this AEO, GEO, SEO, alphabet soup combination, right? And then you need to make sure that you have someone that understands it. Because if you don't, hear me on there, all these companies that are calling you right now, you need to get your Google listing profile. You need to pay us for this. You need to pay us for that. All this outreach that's going on, that's blowing up your cell phone, that's blowing up your work phone number. If they're calling you, that's not the agency for you. If they're calling you saying, press 1 to get your Google business profile verified, that is not the company for you, okay? That is someone that is headhunting for people who are ignorant and going to press and then talk to someone that's going to take their money and maybe not ever have to deliver on it. You want to know why? Because you did it off a phone call. Google is not going to call you over your Google business profile. That is not the way they operate. Nick, how do you do that? Because I'm on over 20 business profiles that are all active. I have people coming to me almost weekly, weekly, asking me to help them fix theirs. There's a very set way that Google wants things done because they're clearing out the riffraff, or they're clearing out the fakeness, and they only want businesses with the either service areas or locations, and there's a very specific way they want it done. And please remember this, it goes all the way down to, are you on the right Wi-Fi or are you using the right cellular signal? And if you don't have a plan for this, there's a reason why you keep getting denied. And you paying this company, whatever it is, hit 1 to get your Google business verified, that's not the way. All right, number 2, contextual overview squeeze, organic real estate. Ooh, let's go down this direction. Come on now. Google's latest June 2026 core update has expanded contextual overviews to trigger on over 65% of commercial intent searches, drastically pushing down traditional organic blue links. If you're still concerned about blue links, you are falling behind. That was a 2022 strategy, and it's almost completely dead. This update prioritizes platforms that use high velocity, rich media mentions over static website copy. Your website's not dead, it's needed, but what needs to be in there is different. And actually, let me take that 3 steps back. Your website is still needed, right? But are you integrating all the different things into your website that makes Google and the different AI models happy? Brands are finding that mentions in prominent YouTube videos and highly cited industry forums are feeding AI summaries faster than their own domains. Yes, why is that? Are you seriously still on WordPress? Are you seriously still paying for the slowest package, the slowest upload package with GoDaddy? Are you seriously using a no-name like Namecheap.com to put your website on? You're using antiquated website builders that are so hodgepodge together, they're the most broken and hacked website builder in the world. And you think that's what Google wants. Google wants streamlined. Google wants fast. Google wants, give me the answers and give me the data now. If you are using this antiquated builds, and hear me, this agencies love these builds because they get to charge high premium dollars for upkeep. Why? Because the PHP code breaks, and then this code breaks, and then the plugin code breaks, and you have all these errors that happen within this website. And what does the AI say? The AI says, this is a load of fluff. I'm going to go with your competitor because they're giving me a fast website that loads correctly and gives me the exact data that I want. And you want to know what? Not only are they doing it on their website, they're also making sure to do it on all the different AI directories and social media channels. So I get all of the data from all these different locations that are saying the same thing. Yes, this is what I want. Visibility now requires multimodal syndication strategy rather than just keyword stuffing a blog. Yes, we have rolled out an entirely new content strategy. And that strategy is based on this. You can't just do the blog anymore. The blog has to feed this, that has to feed this, that has to feed this, that has to feed this, has to feed this, and so on. Here we go. Ready? Are you ready? If you're still writing a blog and that's your SEO strategy for 2026, you're behind. You're extremely behind. Now, listen to what I said during this piece, right? It wasn't random. It was multi-mode syndication strategy. I'm going to say it again. Multi-mode syndication strategy. What is being said on the blog is what is being said on YouTube, that is being said in the shorts, that is being said on Facebook, that is being said on Instagram, that's being said on TikTok, that's being said on medium.com, that's being said on Quora, that's being said on Reddit. Everything, you're getting one massive brand of content and you're shoving it out, and the AI is going, thank you. I'm going to start recommending you now over your competitor. We're going to move into the next one. Are you liked? Does AI like you? Do people like you? Are they going to recommend you? Let's talk about this. A major tech publication just dropped a bombshell report in the, I'm just going to call it consumer reviews, because I'm not going to try to say that word right now. Our personal AI assistants are not only book appointments, but leaving automated sentiment analyzed reviews post service. These bots are synthesizing your verbal feedback to draft highly detailed reviews across Yelp, Google, and industry-specific platforms. Now hear me, hear what I just said. Hear what I just said. Didn't just say Google. Now this article mentions Yelp, but I challenge you with that. Yelp is good. Yelp doesn't help this device. Are you getting Apple reviews? Are you getting Apple recommendations? Are you posting to your Apple account? That is the description. Go across Google, Apple, Bing, Yelp, and the other industry-specific platforms. And if you don't know what those are, you're missing out on low-hanging fruit. Businesses are suddenly dealing with hyper-articulate, emotionless critiques that strictly judge operational efficiency. This fundamentally changes the baseline from a customer experience that changes the baseline of the customer experience across the board. What does this mean? Oh man, when AI bots are writing the reviews and other AI bots are reading the reviews, your operational flaws have nowhere to hide. Well, Nick, do I need to be collecting reviews? Yes, you do. But again, that's step 6. Again, do you have the software that's actually getting the reviews, right? And understand, like, this level, this is enterprise level. Right now, you still need to be getting the human reviews. You absolutely need to, because the bots that are going to recommend your business are going to read those human reviews. And now it's not Joe Schmo did a great job on X. No, it's Joe Schmo was kind and courteous, and he took the time to figure out what my needs were. And then we did this, and then he did this, and then he fixed this, and here's the warranty he gave me. You're not keyword stuffing. You got to start sharing the experience in the reviews, because that's what the AI bots are looking for. Did company A provide a great customer experience? And if not, I might recommend company B next time. So what does that mean? That means you need to start collecting reviews, because eventually at some point in time, you're not going to be, because you cannot make every person on the planet happy. Somebody's going to get unhappy. So what companies need to be doing is getting predictive on this, right? You need to start collecting the reviews. You need to make sure that you get a really healthy ecosystem. That way, when something falls through the cracks and you get that 1-star review, it doesn't turn into a disaster. It doesn't tank your entire reputation. The data shows that there's a massive ROI for companies that are proactively maintaining relationships rather than just reactively responding to a public slam, a one-star review. This ultimately is just, it's an offensive strategy, right? Stop playing defense, get on offense, actively get the reviews. Hey, you want to know what? Maybe reward those people for leaving you a great review. There's so many easy ways of doing it. Now, you're not buying the review. Hear me with this, people. You're not buying the review. You're rewarding someone for them taking the time out of their day. And you're just saying, thank you. Thank you, client. Thank you for taking your time to leave me a review. The cheapest, I love this part, right? Here we go. You ready for negative phrase? The cheapest negative review to fix is the one that was published and you're having to be ultra reactive. That's the review that's costing you the most money. That one-star review when you have nothing, no one singing your praises, that's the review that gets you. You need to get ahead of it. Well, Nick, how many reviews should I get? I'm so glad you asked. Start, if you can, start with 1 a week. And then if you just get to that point, maybe go to 2 a week. And what you don't do, not go more than 1 a day. You will get flagged, especially if you're a new business. Why? Well, how does Google know that they're all not real? Let me help you here. You're a brand new business and you start just collecting a review every day, right? Google's going to look at your business, your industry, and your niche and all the things that go along with it. And please remember this. And you start trying to collect more than 1 review a day. They're going to pull all that data, okay? And they're going to go, hey, based on this person's niche, could all these reviews be real? They go, no way. We're not going to throttle you back. We're just going to delete all these reviews. And those people that we deleted, they can't leave another review. We're just not going to let it happen. This is a slow growth process that pays in dividends later on. So let's actually talk about synthetic review disclosures. The FTC has officially enacted its strict 2026 guidelines that require disclosures for any customer testimonial or review that is heavily edited by AI. Yes, ma'am, I know. I saw the 2-minute. Like I had the little thing pop up. Thank you, Lindsay, for keeping me accountable. This is so we know whether to give the AI credit for leaving the review or the human. Hear me with this, right? There's something called human in the loop process. I received an email from a person that wants to do work with us. The entire thing was written by AI. How do I know that? There's AI checkers. You can go put an email from someone into an AI checker and it will tell you how much of that content is written by AI. Am I going to use this person? No, because they believe the AI more than they actually believe in themselves. AI is a tool. It's only going to replace your thought processes if you let it. Hey, thank you guys for joining me today. I got to go hippity hop onto a phone call with one of my favorite clients. So y'all have a great day and I'll see y'all tomorrow.